How's it going, everyone? Yxlarb here, and welcome back to my Forza Motorsport 7 series. In the last episode, went ahead and did some more warm-up races in this game to really get me up to speed and help build my skill level back up again after a long hiatus from Forza by driving the Ferrari F40 around a couple of tracks, including at nighttime, which was just miserable. But we managed to get first place both times, eventually, after a couple of unseemly crashes. But today we're actually doing something a little bit different. We're doing a custom race in free play, and I'm going to be using this car, which is the Audi R8 LMS Ultra by Flying Lizard Motorsports, and this is a GT car. Yes it is. Oh, and there it tells you the division right down there, Forza GT. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, see, I couldn't figure out exactly what class I was in, and this will really help things out because I don't want. Nope. Dang it. I think I just screwed things up. Did this stay the same? I just don't want it to be 3 races. I mean 3 laps. Okay, good. So this is Forza GT. Forza GT right there. Perfect. Because I just want them to all be in the same class. It just makes more sense. I don't like having the NASCARs out there. Or the stock cars, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if NASCAR is actually what you call the cars or if that's just the name of the sport itself. But whatever. So you just saw the race setup. The drive difficulty, I'm actually going to set a little bit higher for this race. I'm going to set them to expert. And that's just the third most difficult. It's not that impressive. But assists, I mean, those are basically the same as always. Manual with clutch. Actually, here, I might turn ABS on. Yeah, I'm going to do that just because when I'm driving the GT cars, it just seems to work a lot better. I mean, when you're starting to drive cars that are this fast, that run lap times this quickly, ABS is actually more helpful rather than intrusive, in my opinion. So, if you're indeed, going for typical race car stuff. If you're drifting, then no. But for my purposes, yes. So yes, driver car difficulty and assists we've already covered. We're just going to go ahead and dive in. The reason why I'm doing this is because I just really got the urge to run around the Nürburgring. And today we're actually doing more than just that. We're actually also going around the Grand Prix circuit because it's the full circuit. That's 16.15 miles. So this is going to be one long race. Well, one long lap. But the race will still be longer than anything we've done yet up until this point. The Audi normally wouldn't be the GT car I use. I prefer the Gallardo or maybe even the Huracan. But this car is just as competent. I mean, it's a great starter GT car, honestly. I mean, even though it is rear-wheel drive, it's really very nice and easy to control, even with the assists off, and that's how I typically drive. So it should be good. And I got it for free by doing its showcase. So I was like, hey, this is perfect. I wanted to go to the Nürburgring. I wanted to do a GT race. I got a free GT car here. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right on in. And also, just to make this a little more interesting, I'm actually going to pull right off to the side at the beginning of the race so I can start off in 24th place. No real reason to do that aside from just more added challenge. So we're just going to back all the way up. And for the first couple of corners, there's going to be massive pile-ups and whatnot. We're just going to give them space. We're going to let them do their thing. Like right now, we're just going to stay behind. It's just more time we have to spend in last place, but it will increase the challenge and hopefully also the fun. Come on, guys. Get a move on. Here we go. And I think at this point, we can start going for it. We can start passing. I have proclaimed. So this should be fun. I mean, honestly, if you can get a lot of your passing done here on the Grand Prix side of things, that'll probably be best for you because the lanes are much wider. Okay, accident over there. The lanes are much wider. You just got much more play, and the corners are much more opportune for passing. But once you get onto the ring itself, wow, things could get messy real quick. A little slippery there on the side. Candy cane, but it's okay. Get back into it. I'm gonna try to be clean like always. You always try. It's not always possible. But there we go. Up into the 20s. Really making our way. But honestly, it should be totally possible, even on expert difficulty, to make it into first place if we play expertly, as they are. Actually, since they're experts, we're gonna have to play better than experts. So let's see what we can do about that. But see, look, we're still flying past them. even though we're playing on expert difficulty. So, I don't know. See, this is kind of why I was complaining about the drive-atar difficulty, is like, you know, with like the F40, oh, sorry, going a little too fast there, buddy. As in I was, not you. But that's okay, I let him go in front of me, and things are okay now. But, you know, when I was driving the F40, I mean, highly skilled on the second race was really tough. I mean, they were really tough to pass. But here we are, highly skilled, and it just seems to be kind of easy. Then again, we're not dealing with the top people yet. We're dealing with the stragglers. Well, these aren't even stragglers. These guys are mid-range, but, you know, still. So let's see. This is actually my first time on the ring itself in Forza 7. So I don't think there are going to be any changes, but it would be interesting if there were. A little too far off that way as well. Just going to work out the kinks in this car, but I'm sure I'll be used to it in no time. A lot of the Nürburgring, you know, since I've been around it so many times over the course of many games, a lot of it is muscle memory at this point. If you drive them and, you know, if you drive it with similar cars. And like I said, you know, GT cars were really my thing in my last, like, Forza binge. I mean, that's what I was doing, endurance races on the Nürburgring and Le Mans and all that. All right, here we go. So now, one thing that's really tough is passing the drive-atars. So you'll see they'll just be going from left to right to left. So see, back to left, now to right, and if you can't pass him right here, he's going to go back over. But he should be making his way to the right. Just cannot get out of the way. He's literally allergic to being out of the way. So he can't do it. He would go into anaphylaxis. Can't allow that to happen. So that's okay. We are now halfway through the pack. We are on the butt of number 12. And, I mean, I can't quite tell if we can see number 1 from this far away. Oh, probably shouldn't have gone for that. But technically, still 2 wheels on the track, no problem. Just a little bit of contact, which tends to happen during these races, during GT races. There we go. Now on to number 11. So yeah, it's really narrow anyway on the Nürburgring, and it's really a difficult track. I mean, it's probably easily the most difficult track in the game. Just from, you know, like if a new player was to start playing this game, they had never played a single track on any video game that was in this game, then this would be the most difficult one. I remember it was for me, so I don't think that's too bold a statement. But it's still fun. It's a really fun track. Oh, geez. Too hard in the back there. I lost control. But really narrow lanes, and then you've got the drive-atars shifting all over the place because, you know, you're trying to maintain that perfect line. But since their brains aren't too bright, you can really manipulate that as well. So it's not the end of the world. Can't speak today. God, got in first gear. I didn't think that would happen on this track. On this part of it, at least. Let's see. He's passing here. And there we are. Top 10, people. Top 10. And this car is actually handling really well, even though it's not typically the GT car I'd use. You know, I prefer the Gallardo or Huracan, just because I'm a Lamborghini fanboy. I love the way their GT cars look, and I love the all-wheel drive. That's a big reason I like using them. But this thing is actually very well controlled. I don't know how popular it is in Forza Online at this point. I mean, I know it's like one of the best cars, if not the best car to use in Gran Turismo Sport or whatever. But in Forza, I don't know what its hype is. Here we go. Yeah, see, we're just blasting through this section while they're just kind of going slow. We're right on 8 now. We might even be able to pass them by the end of this. Probably a little bit of a sketchy pass there. Its legitimacy will be questioned, but it's okay. Here we go. Now on to number 7. We're going to catch them, dude. We're going to get them all. We're going to take number 7 right now. This is on expert. Like, what the heck? Okay. Hopefully the front runners are a little more challenged because we're really making our way through. Too deep. It's okay. We got good control in this car, so. Ah, here we go. Now this is always tough with the drive-atars because they always go really slowly in the carousel. So I don't even know. Like sometimes I try to go around, but here it wasn't really opportune. Like, but you just have to go so slowly behind them, it's not even beneficial to be in there. So I don't know. You guys decide. Yeah, I probably could have set them to a higher difficulty, but I'll stop harping on that. We'll just keep it going, because, I mean, all it takes is one massive mistake, and then goodbye first place. So that's where the real challenge is. And the Nürburgring is an easy place to make mistakes. Oh, yes. Gotcha. We're almost in the top 5, guys, and we're... Oh, shoot! I looked away for a second because I heard something outside. I shouldn't have done that. But it looks like we're about 7 minutes into this race. That's good. Making a real good time, I guess. Yes. Yeah, this track with this car just runs so smoothly. It's definitely born to be here. And I don't have a tune on this or anything. That's one thing you guys will find about me is I'm not really good at making tunes. I mean, I just do basic tunes, and I can do drift tunes. But other than that, for track tunes, I'm just trash. And I've never downloaded someone else's tune before. And I'm actually thinking about getting into doing that because, I mean, obviously that would just make the experience that much better. You know, make the cars much more usable. And obviously for the competitive scene, if you don't have a tune, you know, you're at a severe disadvantage. And just, it's goosey. It's goosey to not have a tune. But here we are, top 5. Wow, really making our way. But actually, it's not a bad time because there's not as much time left on this track as you'd think. You know, it tends to fly by. So, all right, Mr. Ferrari, we're gonna take you on the outside. Wow, so much for being an expert, huh? There we go. 4th place, and we're coming up to the straightaway. Now, I don't know exactly how this thing is going to perform in the straightaway. Let's see. Right here. Let's floor it from here. We should be good. Let's see how fast we can go, first of all, and also see how many people we can catch up to. Because if we have anyone in front of us when the long straight ends, it's going to be very disadvantageous. What was that? That thing looked sick. I don't know what it was, though. 3rd, we're definitely going to make at least another spot because, wow, we were just blasting through here. Mr. Ferrari. Logan Ski. And here we go. But yeah, if we have anyone in front of us when we get down there, it's going to be very disadvantageous because I love to just blast through here. Actually, they're still able to blast through pretty good, even with this guy here. Oh, isn't the finish line like right here, though? Ah, dang. We were right there. Oh, man. Okay, well, what are you going to do? You know, we gave it our all. We gave it our all. That was a pretty clean race, pretty fun race. And second, I mean, you can't... I mean, first try out in this car. Well, technically, I did the showcase event with this car, which was a 2-minute race. And that, I had that experience. But other than that, you know, I haven't played on this track in this game yet or anything like that. So that's kind of... It's kind of sucky we didn't get first, but you know what? You can't hope for that every single time. We were close, though. Really close. I mean, we probably could have had it there if we made a few better decisions. Maybe at the carousel, if I decided to just go around and committed to that idea. Okay, I was like, whoa, why do I look like that? Why am I in brown? But that's not me. That's why. All right, let's see if we at least win anything cool. That could be a nice consolation prize. Oh, wow, that's like the most money I've made from any race, so I should probably do those more often. Let's see if we can rank up, level up a little bit. That'd be nice. No? Yeah, I'm only level 4. I'm not that high up yet anyway. But anyway, guys, that was actually a ton of fun. In fact, that was so much fun. I think I'm going to give you guys a little bonus before signing off, just to show off this car one more little time. Now, actually, what's it doing? Oh, perfect. This will give me a good opportunity to complain a little more. It forces you to wait for the track to load, throws you into the track, and then allows you to leave. Right now, I can't do anything. I can't leave this menu. That is probably, so far, just from like kind of a logical perspective, like why the hell would you design it like this? Complaint I have about Forza 7, but gameplay-wise, graphics-wise, all of that is absolutely top-notch. But I just don't understand why I have to wait till I'm at that menu to go to the main menu. It's just stupid, but I would, this is normally where I would be like, oh, I'm not a game designer, though. What do I know? Well, I do know, because in previous Forza games, that wasn't a problem. But that's okay. So we are actually going to go ahead and do that showcase, because it's a fun showcase. And now that we have more practice in that car, we should actually be very competent in it. So we have this, the high-speed chase Audi RS. Now, get behind the wheel of a modern-day Audi R8 LMS race car and beat earlier generations to the finish. That is what we are going to do. All right, we're actually going to go ahead and lower. No, not options. We're actually going to go ahead and... No, not that. But actually, this kind of shows you how it works. So as you can see, we have one C-Class in the front, followed by two Bs, an A, an S, and then us in our R class because we're badass, so we get to be Rs. But we're actually going to lower them to highly skilled. I mean, I was able to barely beat this before on an even lower difficulty, but now that I have the practice with this car, I think we can go ahead and try it here. But now you're going to get to see how it works. So here we are at the starting line, and then we get 17 seconds that we have to sit here for. And then just the other cars go. And I mean, starting from the slowest class to the fastest. And I guess it's designed that way so that, you know, the slower cars will, I guess, back up the faster ones. And that's kind of, I guess, how we have some sort of advantage. But we'll see how things go. I'm not very good at Brands Hatch, so we'll see how I can make my way through here. That was already a very bad first corner. Rotate a little bit. If it looks slow, you're typically going fast. A little off, but that's okay. Let's see if we can even catch up onto the ass of them. That'd be nice. That's a tight corner. Yeah, Brands Hatch is just a really weird track. I mean, with all of its hills and whatnot, that's what really makes it difficult for me. There we go. Let's see if we can catch anyone down this straight. I mean, we've got to be going faster than them at the very least. Those slower guys slowing down. The R8, which is really going to be the only challenge of ours, unless we just can't catch up to the front. They're all a challenge. I wonder if they're forced to stay in this position, or if they can actually pass each other. That's one thing I don't know. It was a little cheap, but, I mean, we've only got one lap. What do you expect? Oh, yes. There we go. So, yeah, that was a little cheap. We did manage to get them, though. So, that was kind of anticlimactic. I thought it was going to be much tougher, but there we go. I mean, I guess the practice in this car helps. And also that cheap cut I took, but I mean, honestly, without that, I don't know if I could have made it. I mean, there wasn't another great passing opportunity for, you know, passing 5 cars in a row. So I really think that was my best bet at getting first place. So I guess hashtag no regrets if I have to be lame and follow trends like that. Will this get us some money and a level up? Highly unlikely, but let's just see what it does get us. Why not? Oh, God, practically no money. That does not bode well for our level. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, well, what do you expect? We just did. It was less than a 2-minute race, and we mopped the floor with them. Mostly. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that episode featuring the R8 LMS Ultra. I really enjoyed it myself, actually. And hopefully, you know, I'll unlock myself some other cool new cars that we'll get to do other cool things with as we go forward. But for now, I'm going to sign off, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.